What are things at the table, in person, that annoy you?
That's tricky, because there are things that annoy me at the table which I know that I do. So, rather than dragging a ton of heavy books with me to game sessions and a bunch of character sheets that are going to get lost, I generally store my character sheets and my game notes and stuff on my laptop, which means that the laptop is there and open at the table, whether I'm playing or running the game, which means there's always the constant temptation to check social media. I try not to, but in the games that I play in person, we have quite a large group, and there are somewhat frequent smoke breaks and so on, and I don't smoke, so it's kind of good to have there in some ways, because it can take a long time before it gets back around to your turn. But at the same time, I recognise that I am being distracted by it, and I'm not necessarily being as present in the game as I might otherwise be. But it is also useful to have access to the internet for things that your character should know but that you don't, or that you want to check, or if you're games mastering, for maps of locations if you want to make them somewhat accurate and plausible, and all the rest of it. So it's a kind of two-edged sword, but all the same, recognizing that people being distracted while I'm trying to run the game is something I find irritating, even though I'm someone who is guilty of it the other way around. Disrespecting books, folding the covers back, or dropping blims from your spliff onto the pages and burning holes through them. These are kind of specific. I warrant you. Yeah, those are or greasy food fingers all over a new book. That annoys me. And obviously, trying to impose safety tools or things like that, or the sensation you began to get when I stopped going to conventions, where the stranger at the table was kind of waiting for you to put a foot wrong, so they could get you expelled from the convention or raise a stink and get some social media clout by causing problems. And that's largely why I stopped going to conventions and running games in that kind of situation. So that's kind of irritating and annoying, to the point of there being less gaming and me not going to cons anymore, for what it's worth.